Yo, what's poppin', guys? You got your boy Nandra here. Welcome to another video. So as you can see from my deck roulette, which is actually accurate for once, I'm playing something hella spicy. So let me go ahead and show you guys the deck, because this is gonna be an intro to building, so you guys can figure out exactly how it was that I came to building this deck. So I haven't done these for like a while, but there was a Reddit post today that kind of made me want to get back into showing you guys exactly like how it is that I go ahead and like build the decks that I build, because a lot of them look kind of spicy, but if you've ever tried any of them, or just like watch the concept games, like you know that the decks work. So let's go ahead and get into this. So let me get started by telling you like the story, or I guess like premise of like as to like why I like built this deck. So recently, my boy Kiri, he got into playing Dragoncraft because I don't know where he got the files, but I know he has like a truckload of files. Anyway, so he wanted to play it. Like he finally crafted Sibyl's, finally started playing it, just because like Sybil is like a pretty big staple in Dragon if you want to play anything that's like not aggro. Anyway, so he was like, okay, go ahead and like send me a spicy build, Nandra. Like let me go ahead and play it. So I was going to send her like discard or something like that, but I don't really like making discard. I'm not gonna like force someone to like make discard either. So off the top of my head, I was like, okay, what exactly is it that I want to play? Because like for the most part, if you look at Dragoncraft as a whole, they don't really have anything like that's in the way of like, oh, this would be cool to build around. Let me go ahead and actually just go ahead and quickly show you guys, so this way you guys can like see for yourself. Like the closest things that they have that are like cool to build around are Dragonclaw Pendant, Dracomancer's Rights for discard, Tilting at Windmills, Phoenix Roost. I think I'm missing like one or two. Oop. Okay, well that's not gonna show up, but Dread Sea Queen, which isn't gonna show up because it's not a dragon card. But yeah, like there's not that many cool things like that they can just kind of like play around or like play with that like makes it like really cool. I mean, like obviously you have various shenanigans involving PDK, but that's not really quite the same thing. There's also PTP, but that's like also not quite on this, just because like I feel like there are like better decks that you can like play with like playing PTP. And of course there's lastly Dragon Newt OTK, but I know he's already played that, so I'm not gonna like send him that, because like that deck doesn't really change. But anyway, so enter my dilemma. So I definitely want to go ahead and give him a deck, because like I know he asked me not once but twice, so I know that he was like kind of serious about it, just because like those like two different like time frames of him asking me were kind of spaced out. I also knew that like a while back I pulled an anime copy of Dragonic Singer, and that's definitely a card that I wanted to play around with, just because like that's also a card that I've been talking about with my girl Gumi at ZSN. Like she and I, we both actually love the card, because it's really nice. Because like in the past, when you go ahead and you play Dragon, if you play Oracle as Dragon, your turn 5 is shit. Your turn 5 is literally play a Sybil that does nothing, and if you're playing a Sybil that literally does not heal you or ramp you or do anything, you feel really awful. Play Fervor. Fervor is cool, but like Fervor can also get you killed. Or do some like subpar stuff, so like go like Rahab plus like Blazing Breath, but if you play the Oracle, you want to play the Rahab like on turn 3. And of course, I think there's like one more I'm missing. And of course, like play like Hippogriff Rider, but if you're playing Hippogriff Rider, you're not playing Ram Dragon, like you're playing something else. Enter Dragonic Singer. Dragonic Singer is nice because like Dragonic Singer, it's like this card, but just better. It's like this card, Chaos Dragon Rider AGRS, aka what's the card called? Wow, I don't have the other card. Anyway, oh, Wyvern Cavalier. I'm sorry. There we go. Wyvern Cavalier. So it's as you can see, like it's basically like same effect, except one costs 1 mana more to give you 1 more discount, but the discount can be on anything. However, one of the issues with Wyvern Cavalier is that like at 6 mana, it shares the same slot as your Breathless Salamander for a card that doesn't actually do anything on the board itself. So that's a problem. if you're like, I've played around with Wyvern Cavalier a lot, like especially during Dragon meta, just because like being able to go like Wyvern Cavalier on top of his 2-mana Zell to go ahead and go Bahamut and then go Zell on said Bahamut is like really powerful. But like aside from that, like Chaos Dragon just has like so many issues. But it's also in a, like I said, it's also in a mana cost that's like also heavily dominated by Breathless Salamander, which you wouldn't think would be the case, but no, it's usually the case just because like S Dragon, you don't really like take care of the board, and if you play the Fervor, you want to kind of do that. But for the Singer, like even though she's more narrow, like she just gives you so much flexibility, like, and there are a lot of like really cool things that you're gonna go ahead and see me do with it when we get to the concept videos for this. Yeah, and then the other card that I wanted to play was Canyon of the Dragon. So if you see me on Reddit, or not Reddit, if you see me on Discord, when Canyon of the Dragons first got revealed, like I know a lot of people asked me my opinion about it, and I know I definitely said it would be pretty cool, just because like the Canyon of the Dragons essentially is basically a polyphonic roar that can come out earlier, but you lose the storm aspect, but you gain the fact of, well, it comes out a lot earlier, which means like say for example, you can play Canyon of the Dragons as early as, say, I believe like turn 5, turn 6. Like that's pretty cool, especially if you can go ahead and just like maintain the board afterwards. Like you get the dragon at the end of the turn, which is unfortunate because you know you're not gonna be able to go face with it, but it does make it so that your so that your symmetrical AoEs can't actually affect the dragon in and of itself, which means, let's say, stuff like you can go like Conflag and then you get like a 5-mana dragon, and that's pretty nice. You can also do what I call dragon stacking, which is, you know, go Canyon of the Dragons into another Canyon of the Dragons. Like so for 3 turns, or really for 2.5 turns, at the end of your turns, you're gonna be getting 10 in dragons that your opponent has to deal with, because you know 10 is a relevant number when it's Dragoncraft and when Genesis Dragon is the card, as well as like Forte combo and things like that. Like that's terrifying. It's actually terrifying. And if played early enough, you can put your opponent under a lot of pressure. I mean a lot of pressure. So the last card that I'm playing in this deck that's like mainly just like, you know, for fun card is Zernitra. So for the Zernitra pick, I literally, there wasn't like any like specific like reason why I picked her. I only picked her just because like it seemed kind of cool to me, because like for the longest time a lot of people have been like teasing me that like, oh, Dragoncraft as a class doesn't actually play any Dragoncraft, sorry, that's not actually play any actual dragons. The only dragon that we actually play is Genesis Dragon, who's not that common, and Bahamut, who's not actually a Dragoncraft card. And so a lot of people have been teasing me about that for a while. So whenever I get the chance to, I always want to go ahead and just like, you know, go big or go home when it comes to dragons. And so in the case of Zernitra, I really like Zernitra a lot, just because like with Zernitra, if you have the Canyon of the Dragons up in play, that means that you can that means that if you have an Evo, you can go ahead and go evolve Zernitra, get 2 dragons, and make a trade with the Zernitra if you need to, go face if you need to, and at the end of the turn, bam, 3 dragons in play. Ha! Maelstrom Serpent, eat your heart out. But yeah, like the deck is pretty cool. Like I said, I do have like some concept games for you guys. Let me get and show you guys the actual like proper full deck list. If you're wondering about the name of the deck, it was originally called the Pile because, like, as you can see, like, it looks like a pile of junk that I just kind of like put together. But you know, it's me. Like every single one of these cards, they all have like a purpose, and there was all like a point to like putting them in there. Like for example, the Staircase is because Staircase is one of the best things you can do. It's like as any deck that can like actually afford to actually like play out the Staircase. You got the Dragon Summoners. The Dragon Summoners are mainly here to actually here just as like search out like the Dragonic Singer to go ahead and reduce the cost of your canyons. You of course have the anti-aggro of Blazing Breath and Salamander, Oracle for the ramp. Triple Ayla, just because Ayla's like really annoying, people don't know how to deal with it still. Double Scyther. I would have liked to have maybe put in 3 Scythers, but I don't really have the space to do that unless I want to cut like one of my canyons or something. Or I mean, I could obviously cut the Conflag as well, but I don't know. I just really liked having the Conflag just because like it's kind of neat. 3 Sybil. Sybil is also pretty good. It's one of the best things you can be doing on 5 mana in this deck. 2 Rahab. This is to like acknowledge aggro, because like I know that like if you play the deck, you might have some like issues versus aggro. Like say for example, if you don't go first, or if you just like need like a ward like later in the game. I know when I had Kiri play this deck, he had some issues with like dealing with aggro. So in the event that you have like issues dealing with aggro and you can like avoid playing into dragon, I would definitely go ahead and like cut the Zernitras, which are very good for which are very good for playing into dragon, and go ahead and like replace those with like 2 Grimnirs, just because like Grimnir is also pretty nice because like it has like that dual flexibility, because as you can see, this deck does not have that much actual like storm damage. The most it has is actually just the Zernitra, the Zeus, and the Genesis Dragon. 3 Bahamut's, because again, like dragon, Bahamut's, ramp to 10, bit Bahamut, boom, done. 2 Fervor. So I actually didn't even realize that didn't have like 3 Fervor in here. You can play 3 Fervor if you want, and just like cut the con flag for it. It doesn't really matter, honestly. 3 Singer. The 3 Singer is just because like I want to be able to like reliably hit this. I want to be able to like reliably play the Canyon, because again, playing Canyon on 6, amazing, just amazing. Playing Canyon on 6, being able to maybe or being able to also maybe go like Zernitra on 7. Like say for example, you get the Oracle, you go Oracle, Rahab, play out the Singer, play out the Canyon. Yeah, play out the Singer, play out the Canyon, and then maybe also play out the Zernitra. Like your opponent's just donezo. They don't actually get to come back from that. Literally, the only deck that can actually come back from that is say Control Blood, which is not popular right now, and also Haven with Themis. But like again, that's like super awkward and like super unlikely they like actually play for one of those people. Just it's like even if they have it, sure, they got to answer one of them. But if you play out a second Canyon, what the fuck do they actually do? Nothing. Yeah, it's really difficult. Lastly, the Zeus. The Zeus and the Genesis are both because I realized that you have to play storm damage of some sort. The Zeus is the one of Zeus is because 1, I haven't animated once, I forget well, I might as well go ahead and play it. And then 2, the real reason is because sometimes you need to be able to like get aggressive and go face in order to like try to like set up a 2-turn like lethal setup. But like sometimes your opponent is also threatening lethal at the same time, and you're on like kind of a time crunch. Well, the Zeus allows you to kind of like go ahead and make like a sort of like a last minute like Hail Mary, like because finding space to play Zeus as opposed to finding space to play Genesis is actually surprisingly easy. Just because like again, the Zeus, it's a giant ward, they have to interact with it some way. Not a lot of people are playing DoD. The decks that are playing DoD are usually decks that you can just like kind of like out heal and just and just out sustain. And the decks that aren't playing DoD actually have to deal with this, and they can't actually deal with it correctly, so they just get to just like slam down before creation there was destruction, just go ahead and kill them. Like I said, like the deck's a lot of fun to play. I'll go ahead and try to upload the video probably today because this video is kind of short. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like, go and hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this deck down in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys.